Okay, let's talk about honey. I have notes that I'm going to be looking at over here because I feel like it's a lot and I don't do the best sometimes just like talking off the cuff if it's not something I'm like incredibly familiar with. But first and foremost, it's going to depend on what your purpose is and the reason for using honey. For just like everyday use, like as a sweetener or to put on your toast, whatever, raw honey all the way. Don't be using Manuka honey or the Superfood honey. I don't have any of the Superfood honey on me, so I'm just going to use this as a visual. It has their honey in it, but these are like specialty honeys, almost like medicine cabinet honeys, in my opinion. Like I am not using this just every day willy-nilly. So let's kind of break down each and what you may or like may not use it for. So we'll just start with raw honey. Okay, so let's just start with raw honey. So raw honey, you can kind of think of it like raw milk. It's not filtered, it's not heated, it has all the natural enzymes and minerals still intact. Exponentially less expensive than Manuka or Superfood honey. And so great for just daily use as a sweetener if you're using it to cook with or to put on your toast. It's great for like soothing the throat. You can mix it with, warm water and lemon if you have a sore throat, a spoonful for a cough. So kind of just your mild sickness as well. It has some immunity support properties. It's very gentle on the digestive system. So everyday use, go with raw honey. Don't spend an arm and a leg on Manuka or even Superfood and be using it like, a bottle a day. That's not, I would say, what the purpose is for these. So everyday. Okay, so beekeepers, their Superfood honey. I don't have any on me. I gave my jar to my mom because she's obsessed with it. But I'm just using this as a visual. This is their vitamin C and it has honey in it. But so it contains like a couple of different things. So I would say this is a little bit more like advanced medicinal than raw honey, but raw honey is still great. So it has royal jelly. I don't know if it's on here. Oh, this isn't it. Oh my gosh. It has royal jelly, which is like super nutrient dense, supports the immune system, great for energy. It has bee pollen, which is very high in vitamins, also great for the immune system, lots of minerals, enzymes, amino acids. And then it also has propolis, which is it's like a resin, kind of like a resin that bees use to protect their hive. And it is, again, great for the immune system and has microbial properties. I'm gonna have to do this in another video. So I would say this would be good if you just want like a little extra immunity booster. Maybe if you're like recovering from kind of a mild illness. I think it's really great, I would say, for recovery. That's kind of the word that comes to me when I'm thinking of it. Also could be really good for like seasonal allergies, or if you're like in between seasons, kind of like me, and you get a little stuffy or a little irritated. That would be great for that. I feel like if you're wanting something like stronger and kind of like a powerhouse for healing, that's where Manuka comes in. And so we'll chat about that next. Okay, so Manuka honey. Manuka honey is like what I would go to if you are wanting something like really powerful for healing. So it is raw honey, but it's raw honey that comes specifically from New Zealand from the Manuka plant. And it is consistently high in MgO, which do not ask me how to pronounce that. I do not know how. But this is where I have my notes. So MgO is a natural organic compound that is responsible for the significant antibacterial medicinal potency of Manuka honey. And so when you're looking at Manuka honey, like you'll see a number on it, 400, 850, whatever it might be. And that is the minimum amount of MgO that's in the honey. And so the higher the MgO level, the stronger and more effective that antibacterial activity is going to be. So Manuka honey is one of those things that I feel like if you think it, it can do it. So, I mean, like people will use it to literally for like wounds, like skin issues, oral issues like canker sores. It's a real powerhouse for illness. Like if you have an illness that you just like cannot shake, like I feel like that's where Manuka honey would come in. The other honeys have their place in illness as well, but this is like the real powerhouse. This is in our medicine cabinet. I am not pulling this out unless there is like a very specific need. Sore throat, cough, like minor things like that, I'm probably going with like raw honey. But if I just have like an illness I cannot kick, I'm probably going with this. Maybe if I have a canker sore that is just like really, really bothering me, I'm whipping this out. This is like the, I don't want to say rare, but like I'm not using this every day. I might not even be using it once a month. It is special to me and I am not using it willy-nilly.